All right. Welcome to another Woods Report. It's Monday.
It's MLK Day.
MLK.
Memorial, remembering him and the legacy. So,
why has there never been a holiday? What is it?
I never heard the
Where
words.
peace is celebrated all throughout the world.
Except for a few states.
I said, time is overdue. Why does he do that?
Happy birthday to
No, I'm doing MLK, ain't it? Oh, is that happy? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
All right.
And that's probably why they wanted it around this time, because it's near his birthday. Isn't his birthday
Oh,
around this
yeah.
But yeah.
All
We fought
right.
for that too.
There's Emerald. What's Emerald saying?
Hey, Emerald.
What's she
MLK
saying?
Day, like we saying.
She
Happy
saying-
MLK.
Okay.
We want to talk a little bit about MLK.
Uh-huh.
But we did talk a little bit last week with the daughter coming forth with Jonathan Majors.
Because he was naming everybody Coretta Scott King.
Hey,
and it was funny that people were saying, are y'all going to take off for Jonathan Majors Day? Everybody being funny.
You remind me of Coretta Scott King. You remind me of Coretta, because you too remind me of you knucklehead.
The lady coming in to do the laundry. You remind me of Coretta Scott King.
Yeah.
So, well, now he can say, everybody, today is MLK Day.
His wife. Oh my God. He got chewed up for that one.
It was fake anyway.
What was fake?
That whole relationship to me is fake.
Oh.
It's not real.
And you got the media now and people watching. They going to chew you up. Whether they, if they don't like what you say, they going to chew you up.
I think she attracted to like kind of weird guys.
You think her ex-husband was?
Because her ex-husband is kind of weird.
He was different. But he was, you think, well, we don't really know Jonathan Majors or him to compare.
I know the cup. The cup has got me. You're walking around with that cup. I don't need to know Jonathan Majors.
Oh my
People
God.
crack me up when they say that on Facebook and stuff. You don't really know. Shut up.
You know what you see.
You don't really know them either.
That's true too. That's true too. Okay.
None of us know them. You don't know us. We could be totally, when this thing turns off, I could be hitting you and blocking you in the basement.
Different. Remember,
I said hitting you and locking you in the basement.
No, she's not though. But like the young girl whose dad was a serial killer.
Yeah.
She said, I don't know that side of my dad. He did that. Oh my God. That's not what the man I knew and grew up with and helped show me how to ride a bike. And so you don't know always.
She didn't know we had heads hidden in the,
in the basement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Burying people in the backyard and all this other stuff. All right, so you said on The View today.
Yeah, it was a very interesting
show today. They had, what's his name?
Coleman Domingo.
Okay.
He played Mr. in The Color Purple, the musical, The Color Purple.
Okay.
My mama had to remind her. I said, Mom, you remember seeing him? Oh, I didn't even recognize him. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was him, Ma. Now.
Oh, the guy that played Mr.
Coleman. Now this movie,
what happened?
They're talking about his new movie coming out. They did it in memorial to MLK.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we always talk about how far we've come along and how much more farther we have to go when it comes to race relations and stuff.
Right.
And they just kind of talked a little bit about what DeSantis has put some kind of some states limiting how schools can teach about race.
Right.
Florida is really big on that, but Whoopi did have a good question of why is that such a concern with people when you learn about the history of everybody.
People don't want to know.
I know, but come on with it. So that was
you're
kind of
making people feel bad.
But still, why would you feel bad if you have nothing to do with it?
Because you feel bad because you benefited from it.
Yeah, see, that's really crazy. You want to know everybody's history.
No, you don't.
Bad,
people don't want to know. Just like black people don't want to know about black people owning slaves.
Yeah.
As soon as you start talking about it, they'll be like, why you have to talk about that? People don't want to know the truth.
But the truth you should be able to take the truth in and go, okay, I'm knowledgeable more now.
Yeah, they don't want
Well, the reason why they brought this up is because the lady shared how like the movie Sarah, they talked about Hidden Figures. Mm-hmm. And Hidden Figures is historic. My mom didn't even know about that. And she was back in that time. There are a lot of Blacks that don't even know these 3 women existed.
You know what? I have a question. I don't understand how y'all went to, because they separated y'all. Mm-hmm. So you went to an all-Black school and all your teachers were Black and they didn't really teach Black history? I would think they would have been teaching them about Black history.
But would they go that in depth?
Were they trying to teach y'all so that when y'all went to college or something, y'all would be able to keep up with white people? I think that's what they was concentrating on.
And then some schools are different. The curriculum. Sometimes the teachers can bring.
It could be.
Oh, she may have fallen asleep when they did teach about it. Could be her. When they start talking about the 3 ladies.
All right, go ahead.
So even with the Coleman Domingo's part that he's playing in this new movie, which I'm going to see, okay. I think it's on Netflix once I sign in to our account.
Yeah.
That was their segue into the Hidden Figures and then the character that he's playing, Bayard Rustin. I didn't know about Bayard Rustin. And the Obamas produced this, and he mentioned also George.
Huh? Oh, okay.
What's his name? George.
Well, you wrote down notes.
I took notes. I know Obamas was very instrumental, and George C. Wolfe. Mm-hmm. He was instrumental in getting Martin Luther King to do the march. Mm. And I'm like, whoa.
Who did this guy play?
He played him. So this
is the one that he has the Academy Award nominated, it was SAG or something. He'll probably get
better acting. This shows his acting skills.
More than Color Purple. That's what I said.
Yeah, so show the
Remember I told you in the Color Purple he was average.
I know, and we were comparing him to the other Mr.
But in this one, no, I wasn't comparing him. I just felt like they was building him up so much. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna see this different. He was average in there.
It didn't give him an opportunity to.
In this movie, he should win an Academy Award.
Because he was very involved in this movie. The movie was built around him. Okay. And Obamas wanted to show this story, so they produced it.
Rustin, Emmy-winning actor Coleman Domingo plays a key figure in the civil rights movement who many people don't actually know about.
Let us know if y'all can hear okay, because Friday was horrible. So let us know if the sound is okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bayard Rustin is the man who inspired Dr. King to answer the call to lead. Take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Coleman Domingo.
All right. Okay. So go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, he came on and because he's introducing this movie now, I know. Okay, let me go check out this gentleman that Rustin that we never, some people may know. I'm not going to do a general statement because some people may know about him, some don't. I don't know. Nobody was in. You would think the very people that was around Martin Luther King were the ones that probably, hey, do the march. Hey, you should do. But apparently for them to build a story on this and a movie on this, he had very instrumental. He helped managed it, I guess, and helped heavily planned it. And he was just kind of talking a little bit about the character. He was a star athlete, American hero, is what he's saying, devoted his whole life to service and human rights. He did sit-ins, even before Rosa Parks. He was doing stuff before Rosa Parks.
Doing that.
I know.
Yeah, we know that.
I know.
By this time, everybody knows that certain people was chosen.
There was not, He faced opposition with people in the movie, given his gay lifestyle. The actor shared these words on an openly gay man himself. History marginalizes because he didn't fit a certain profile.
Well, he was gay.
How we re-examine history now. You can't just cherry pick democracy.
Right.
Either we're fighting for everyone's right.
Yeah.
Either we're not.
Yeah.
And the movie was produced by Barack and Michelle Obama and director George Wolfe. So I do get when he made that comment because he is also openly gay. And a lot of times we get off focus on a person's lifestyle. Like, oh, their sexual preferences and all of that, when they are the person for the job to get it done, right. Whether it be a company running something, whether it be a movement. A lot of times we had a little thing on like, we only see that and that's it. No, sit him down. No. And people think that's probably why he wasn't put out there known.
That's exactly
for what he was doing with Martin Luther King. It's unfortunate. And
I agree, but you know what?
I agree with them. That time.
I agree with them not, because that would have taken away from what they was trying to do.
Yeah.
Everybody would have been focusing on the fact that he was gay.
Thank you.
Just like you said, Ricky Dillard. Yeah. You said, what was the pastor that told him?
Chicago pastor.
Don't say nothing.
Away. Yeah.
Just be quiet. Nobody, if you are, I mean, I think he is, but we don't know.
We don't know. Allegedly.
Yeah. But
there's a lot of gospel artists that were like,
right. But he said, don't say nothing. And he's right. And the same thing I feel like with Tyler Perry. Don't say nothing. Tyler Perry has a lot of church people.
Luther Vandross didn't say anything.
Luther Vandross, anybody don't say nothing, because it takes away, unfortunately, from what people, they like you. But then there's people that's like, women get away with it different than men, I think. Like Robin on Good Morning America.
Okay.
And Ellen. Yeah. Women can get away with it more than men can.
That's true.
Because men, a lot of times, if they come out or whatever, people will be like, "That's
shun them.
I can't see you ever playing a regular role ever again."
They do the shame game.
Yeah. So that makes sense. But he was instrumental in getting MLK to march.
And I think, too, because of his lifestyle in that case, that wasn't his fight at that moment.
Right.
It was getting a march and civil rights movement. Right. So I'm glad if this is how he will be portrayed in the movie,
right.
then I would shake his hand and say, thank you for not taking people off focus.
But I wish that Black people would do that now. It seemed like Black people back then were focused.
Yeah.
They knew what they needed to do. They knew what the goal, everybody knew what the end of the goal line was. Yeah. Today, it seemed like Black people scattered all over
the
and
place.
It don't take a lot to distract.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like you said there. Well, he's gay. Let's talk about the fact that he's gay. No, that's not what we hear.
That's not the fight.
We here to talk. The only thing that got everybody under the same umbrella was George Floyd. Because of COVID and because everybody was locked in the house. They couldn't watch no sports. They couldn't watch anything else. They had nothing but time and energy to focus on him. So they all became locked in on that. And that seems like sad to say, but the only time that we can move as a unit is when something like that happens. That forces us.
Where that shiny object is not shining on other things that throw us off.
Yes.
But
we get distracted as Black people. Every week some stupid story comes and then Black people jump on it. And then that's all they talk about for a week or 2 weeks.
Right.
And then some other story will come on. And then they'll talk about that.
To that one.
Remember, it was Tyler Perry. It was Diddy.
It was Cat Williams.
Please don't talk about it.
It was different. Monique one moment. It was
every story. So it's always... And then they move on to some other shiny object.
Yes.
And then talk about that.
But the civil rights movement, oh my God. Even Martin Luther King and the circle of people got opposition.
Right.
So there was people, I don't know, Marvin. I don't know. Be careful.
You mean Malcolm?
Not just Malcolm, but even the in-between.
Martin,
they wasn't the extreme like Malcolm maybe, but they were like still afraid. I don't know. Should you be doing this? So when God's called you to do something, do it because God's got your back.
Well, that's why he said, you know what? We always talking about these ministers now. And Martin Luther King, apparently.
He was a reverend.
And was doing a whole bunch of stuff. That didn't stop people from listening to him.
And what's this name that brought it out? Begin with a C.
Abernathy.
I'm sorry, begin with an A. Why did Abernathy need to bring out
was a hater.
the Martin Luther King messiness?
He's a hater.
Really? That's another thing that gets me. I don't sit and go.
It's the crabs in the bucket.
I don't sit here and go, like even with the Cat Williams and anybody. If it's truthful, that's fine. You may be telling truth. You may be like right on it. Got the receipts to prove it.
Right.
I still go back to you and say, what's your motive?
What's the purpose?
What's your motive?
What's the purpose?
What's in the heart now? Come on, why are you saying this?
Right.
You got to be real and go, because I feel this way and I feel this way.
Right.
So, but I wanted to bring that out as a MLK thing. Let's watch it. I think it's on Netflix right now.
What is it called?
I think it's his name. I believe it's just his name.
And it's the one he probably gonna get the Academy Award nomination for.
Bayard Rustin.
Yeah,
so I think
Rustin.
It's called Rustin.
It's called Rustin.
Yeah.
This is the one he'll get he'll probably get an Academy Award nomination for this one. Now I remember him. I know him from Walking Dead.
You said he was in Walking Dead. The newer one.
Yeah, not the new one, but the spinoff.
Oh, okay.
The first spinoff, yeah.
But you said he was a gay character.
He was gay there. He's gay in everything.
Really? You know what? That's very rare. That's very rare.
And he plays like he's not a feminine gay guy.
Right.
So they get him to play, we don't want a feminine gay guy. Get Domingo.
And he'll really play it because that's how he lives. Mm-hmm. But Wendy can attest to this. Back in the day, in my days, and even before, you didn't know actors were gay. You didn't know.
You didn't know Rock Hudson was.
You didn't know Perry Mason was, with the little pinky ring on his finger.
And Mr. Brady.
Yes. And you were like, boy, they play that husband role really good. They're really good actors.
See, he couldn't come out. He would never be Mr. Brady to us.
I know.
Never.
I know.
And we didn't know Greg was talking to Miss Brady.
I know.
Greg and his mom is talking with Florence Henderson.
Ooh, Barry. I ain't watching that show no more.
So you can't tell everything.
But yeah, he plays gay parts and he's out with it.
Yeah.
Okay. But I wanted to see this movie to see that acting part of him.
Yeah, this guy was gay in Walking Dead.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was surprised they even had a character that they really wanted a character like that in Walking Dead. Because Walking Dead, they didn't really have any type of...
Well, I can understand.
You know
remember when I was saying how they pushed the gay agenda?
Yeah.
That one I can see because you only showing a few people.
Yeah.
So you want to kind of show everybody. You want to show
white,
Latino, we got a gay guy in here. We got a
little kid.
Yeah.
Okay. A racist.
That one I get.
And all of them got zombies walking after them.
They all had one motive. To get away from the zombies. And then after a while, if those of you like Walking Dead, that was my favorite show. After a while, the zombies were nobody. It was the people that they had.
You had to watch out for the next man in the next camp.
The zombies was nobody. Yeah, you was like
Michonne and them coming back. And Rick.
I gotta watch that.
Michonne and Rick. Hey.
When is it coming?
It may be February, maybe March.
All right.
Yep.
I gotta watch
Walking Dead.
So I think I'm gonna be coming back to the Walking Dead, y'all. Okay. Right now I don't watch television, so they bringing me back to TV. Okay. All right. Emerald says happy MLK Day, ladies.
Hey.
Wendy says happy MLK. Mm-hmm. Everybody's saying hi to each other. Tough Cat said sounds great, ladies. Must be when you're saying to watch the movie.
Yeah, let's watch it.
Emerald says sounds great. Mm-hmm. Oh, the sound. I was asking if the sound.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sounds great. Sounds great, ladies.
Wendy says he could help because he was gay. Yeah, that guy, him, Rustin. Christopher says, hello all. 12 degrees down here in Tennessee. Hope everyone's staying warm. They canceled all MLK celebrations for 12 degrees.
We had below 11
like
below.
20 or something.
They still kept our little events going on because you know here in the Chicago area, we keep it going.
I will say in Tennessee though, they can't get cold.
Really?
They don't.
They
don't use
snow
salt.
and ice is the problem.
They don't use salt.
Not cold,
but they don't use salt. So you be sliding everywhere when they
get call cold. Your brothers and sisters that live in New York and Chicago and Minnesota,
but they don't use salt.
We'll send you a coat.
Yeah. Wendy says he caught a lot of hell because he was a gay man. Mm-hmm. I already saw it was very good.
Thank you, Wendy.
Emerald says Perry Mason was gay, and Wendy says Hattie McDaniels was gay. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So was Joan Crawford.
A lot of them
I knew Joan
kept
Crawford
quiet.
Was.
And in the church, we're speculating.
Every time I hear
there's a lot, but we just kind of ignore it.
Every time I hear Hattie McDaniels, that goes with everything I say when I say I saw it. And then in real life, I like to think they're kind of, everyone.
She played that part, didn't she?
You want to get on this screen, and you better be
a black slave.
And there were some black people who said, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So same thing we said. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't, fine. Leave everybody alone.
Right.
There's a reason why everybody's doing stuff. Some people do it just for the money.
Chris said it snowed too.
That's what I'm saying. See.
How much snow did y'all get?
No, but they don't have salt, Lenore.
Oh, they don't?
Yeah. So when
you would think after, but these years have gone by that they'd still have an area where they keep it.
No, they can't have salt because they agriculture. It'll get all in their ground and stuff. Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Chris.
When I lived down south, we didn't have, they couldn't do it because of that.
So sorry.
So they be sliding, and then hills, the hills of Tennessee.
Yeah,
they be sliding off mountains.
The hills where my grandmother lived in Alabama.
Yeah, they can't have.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
What's next?
That was your MLK salute.
Yep.
Rassin, whatever.
Rustin.
Messed
the man's name up. Here's your friends. We always got to talk about Trump and your friend
Akumatana. Oh, today is
Ramaswamy.
Today is the caucus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I watched Candace Owens today.
What she said?
And the whole show, she talked about how wonderful Vivek is.
What about her friend who's getting ready who made the comment about him?
Well, shame.
But she got to still show her support for Trump.
She said if Vivek loses, which he will.
Okay.
She said she'll vote for Trump. She has no choice. But
because he'll be the candidate. Okay.
But Akumakana is young. He's well spoken.
The sad thing about it, he probably got more money than Trump. Let's not be. Mm-hmm. He may be a lot of things. Trump is losing his little money.
What do you mean?
Somebody said on TV on The View, Mama, you remember, was it Joy or somebody? Joy said he got money. Don't let him fool you. Trump has money. The building that he owns and another one, not the one you said the bank owns.
Uh-huh.
She was making everybody laugh like, oh, come on, Joy. She said Trump has money. He has money.
Trump know how to hide his money.
He got places, family. Yeah. He got money.
Yeah, he got money.
So we didn't think about that, but go ahead with your story.
He knows how to. I'm looking here just now. One of his attorneys, one of Trump's attorneys dropped out.
I would too. I wouldn't even come near him as an attorney.
Another one.
Jumping ship.
But he can't use the dumb one, that lady that's always.
But that goes back to my question.
Anyway,
let's just say, for sake of argument, what you've been saying, prophesying this man, if he does become one, the nominee, the candidate for Republican, who is going to be in his administration?
Well,
don't nobody want to be near him.
Well, it says former President Donald Trump lashed out for the very first time at
Kemosabe.
At Kemosabe. You saying his name now?
Ramaswamy. I'm gonna keep it clean. Ramaswamy.
At Kemosabe. Akumatana. He says a vote for Vivek. Well, I gotta do his voice. A vote. Well, no, I always do the mobster. Yeah. I always think of a mobster when I think of Trump. Yeah, vote for Vivek is a vote for the other side. Don't get duped. That's what Trump wrote on his true social media. I'm adding that Ramaswamy, who has made it clear for Trump's base, he's not MAGA. Ooh,
he just owning him.
Yeah. Though Ramaswamy Kumatana has lavished praise for Trump's campaign, the GOP frontrunner said that the support was deceitful and he's a slyball character.
He calls him a slyball.
He's sly. Another reason, I know y'all hate it, Wendy, when I say it. Another reason why people want to vote for Trump.
Yeah.
You don't think he sees straight through Akuma Matata? You're not fooling me, giving me all of this praise. You're a scuzz bucket, Kemosabe. Yeah, I watched the Woods Report. They don't like you. And I don't like you either.
Trump sees right through him.
Yeah, he watches our show. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I know they don't like me, but they know I'm who I am. And they know you, Kemosabe, are a flyball faker. He's not mega.
What else did he say? When Trump chews you out, that's it.
The former president reacted to a post in which Ramaswamy posed with supporters in Iowa wearing T-shirts, citing an anonymous Trump campaign advisor. Also responded to the post calling Ramaswamy a fraud and a fake. You're sitting up here saying that you like me, but you got people in the back with T-shirts on talking about me.
Really?
And
so he
of course,
Vivek, about Trump.
Well, I didn't have that. Those people, y'all know everything that goes on. Don't try to play me. Vivek started his campaign as a great supporter of the president.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, now all he does is disguise his support in a form of deceitful campaign tricks. You're a fake and a phony, Kumakami.
So how is he coming back with this then? If Trump did all of this, did he respond? Ramaswamy, did he respond?
I love you, Papa.
Please tell me you.
Papa, can you hear me?
Please tell me you acting. He didn't act like that.
Papa, can you hear me? I love you, Papa. Get away from me, Swami!
He's not a mega.
Papa, can you hear me? I love you, Papa. Why must you be so cruel to me?
How is he taking this?
I just did it.
For real, Kim?
He didn't say, Papa, can you hear me?
But how did he respond?
That way. Why are you being... What did I do to you?
So like Candace Bobblehead, she got her feelings hurt when he shunned her. He's shunning Vivek now.
You're getting shunned too.
But you know what, Kim? Think about this. You keep teasing everybody that if he becomes the president, just by chance, he will kill shows like this that talks about him.
Who, Trump?
Yeah. He'll be like Putin.
No.
Anybody that says my name in a negative way, shut him down.
No. Trump becomes president and he starts going after YouTube and shutting people off. Trump is a good guy. It's a good dude.
But we can't do our shows.
That's my show. Trump is a good dude.
Oh, that would be your show. You'd be like the two
Trump.
sisters that they think we are.
Everybody. No. You know what I would turn it? I would turn it into a robotic show. Everybody loves Trump. Trump is such a wonderful guy. And all the people who watch us now be laughing because they know.
This is not a robot. We are not a robot.
And his hair. His hair is so wonderful.
How it goes to the side. We like Trump.
We like Trump. We love Trump. Trump. Hey, Trump, why don't you come over and have dinner with us sometime? Sure, that's the way you're supposed to talk. And I don't care if you mean it or not. Trump, you know it's a lot of people out here faking it. I don't care if they're faking it. They better get in line.
They better, as long as they're saying it. They don't have to feel it. Just say it.
My wife doesn't like me. You think I care?
Kids. Oh my God, I can see
when it's time for showtime, they better get in line.
Well, he needs to step down then. He don't need to run.
He's running.
Vivek doesn't need to run.
You know what? I think that's why Trump is attacking him.
Why?
Because I told you, the people who are voting for Vivek, if he wasn't there, would vote for Trump.
Because you said bobblehead Candace
is voting for Vivek.
If Vivek wasn't there,
Trump. She can't stand Nikki Haley, and she doesn't like DeSantis.
That's why he wants him out of here.
Get out of here.
He would throw shade all kinds of ways to get him out. You're right.
Now I'm winning by 50 points.
You can't be on. I get it that he probably wants to be a part of the administration, but he just shot his foot.
No, he don't want him.
No, I'm saying if he wanted to be a part of it, he could have found another way to do it.
Yeah.
Because he could have very easily be friends with him and then still be a part of the administration if he becomes.
Governor Ron DeSantis was at 20% and 16% respectively. That's Nikki Haley and Ron. So Vivek is not even in it. He says, I respect the hell out of Trump. He's the best president of the 21st century. I've defended him at every step against the unjust persecutions, Kumakana said in a statement in which he touted his promise to keep himself off the ballot of any state that removed Trump. But open your eyes to the hard truth. This system will stop at nothing to keep this man away from the White House. You're not fooling me, Ramaswamy.
Ramaswamy. I couldn't wait for him to step on this little man's toes. Oh, when he first came out running, I said, Trump gonna know something. He gonna find something on you, Vivek.
Yep.
Hang in there, my brother.
Yep.
Because he gonna knock you down. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like Candace Owens.
Yeah.
At the party.
Yeah.
Don't try to come up to Trump and say hi.
You're
gonna come up to me after you disagreed with me on your program? Get out of here.
Oh, goodness.
You don't disagree with me in public.
It was one of the caucus thing was going on this week, right? This yesterday or whatever.
Yeah.
And I saw Jonathan. What's the white guy that's the news guy? Jonathan, he be on the show all the time.
Yeah. Doing
news. He was talking to one of the gentlemen in the Iowa thing who was over it or some kind of position. And he said in the middle of their talk, he said, I gotta go, a phone call, because Trump is on the line now and he wants to hear results as well.
That's right.
So he let Jonathan go to go talk to Trump. I'm like, Trump is on it. He want to know how he did in Iowa.
And I'm going to say this again, and I know y'all hate it. I always tell Wendy she hates it.
Mm-hmm.
If Trump wins, y'all have got to get a hold of yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
God is the ultimate one that is in control.
Yeah.
It don't matter who is the president. When God says something is for you, it's for you.
And if
so y'all got to stop making it where this man is the where-all, bend-all.
If he allows things to happen, it's for a reason. But I was telling my sister today, when you read the word of God, read the Old Testament, some of those kings over Israel were not good kings.
Right.
They were mean kings. They were evil. David was a good king. Very few of them were good. I thought about King Nebuchadnezzar and how God even something came upon him where he had made him act like an animal crawling.
Mm-hmm.
So when we hear the word says the heart of the king is in God's hand,
yep.
Why we worry about whoever is in office?
It don't matter.
It don't matter. God's got our backs.
Now, you can say who you want. You can vote. But what I'm saying is, to me, it don't matter.
Not to lose sleep over it.
Both of them, to me, are horrible choices. Biden and Trump.
Any man, period.
Not any man that you put in your health.
We even vote for the best things we even see.
Right.
Are still man. They are still flesh. Look what's happening even in the kingdom with T.D. Jakes. Right. Very good speaker.
God is trying to
awesome man of God. But
God is trying to get people from looking at man.
Yes. So he said, I'm a jealous God. Y'all should have no other God before me.
All right, let's look here. Wendy says Hattie McDaniel said I'd rather play a maid than be one.
Yep.
Okay.
She got paid.
There's nothing wrong with being a maid either, but I understand what she was saying.
My grandmothers were maids.
Christopher says I read that Trump told Iowa supporters it's worth it to go vote for him in the cold, even if they're sick as a dog and die after casting their ballots. And I'm right about that, Christopher. You got a problem with that?
Okay.
Look up this Christopher guy. When I become president, we're going to find your address and say what you're saying about me.
Okay.
Christopher says Diamond and Silk 2.0.
Yeah. I know the one did pass away.
And they were so stupid.
Well, that's what they supported him.
You can support somebody without being, oh my God, it's Trump.
But like you said, they had a what's the word?
When he look at you, oh my God, he walked in the room. Oh Lord, oh honey, Silk God, girl. He walked in, my heart just pitter-pattered. He's so tall. Mm-hmm. I didn't know he was that tall. Mm-hmm. He's distinguished looking too. Mm-hmm. He's a man's man, isn't he? He's a wonderful man. I love Trump. Trump.
He didn't even get the name right when he was at the funeral.
The one doing all that died. Yeah. Then he get that. Yeah, you and Francis.
Francis. He didn't even get the name right of the ladies. Who died again? I don't forget. Which one? Who died?
The one that was Diamond. Praising you.
Oh, I tell you.
Okay. All right. Emerald says have AI run the show. That's true. AI would just run the show.
AI gonna start running everybody's show. Speaking of AI, they're changing Sam's Club. What happened? The end of the year. You know when you go to Sam's Club and you had those people check your little receipt.
Oh, they get rid of
see
them?
how many items you got? AI is going to do that.
How are you going to do that?
They going to count how many boxes is in your case.
No, how are they going to do that?
They going to have a machine or AI do it. They're not going to have any ladies or gentlemen.
You got to push it through a thing?
Probably. They said by the end of the year, Sam's Club is going to have AI replace those people who do the little highlight. Beep, beep. You can go now, ma'am.
That's the only job.
Have a nice day.
That was some jobs only old people had.
Shoot. Welcome to Walmart.
Oh, an AI.
I was going to give my mom the welcome to Walmart job. No, she said no, because I had to sit in my walker.
That's why they want to get rid of them and put AI.
Yeah.
Welcome to Walmart.
Welcome to Walmart. Customer service is that way. Welcome to Walmart. If you need a register, this one is open. Yeah. People going to be replaced on everything.
Excuse me, ma'am. You have 6 items on receipt. Only 1 item in the basket. What are you talking about? Excuse me, ma'am. I didn't do anything. You just saw me. Excuse me, ma'am. Alert! 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 It's something wrong. It's a malfunction. No malfunction, ma'am. You are a thief and a lowlife. Thief, lowlife on our one. Thief, lowlife on our one. It's a mistake. No mistake, ma'am.
You are a thief.
Low life.
Oh no.
Excuse me, sir. If this thing is making a mistake, can you look at the receipt? Oh yeah, you're right. It's a mistake. After you didn't call me a thief and a low life, my neighbors then went outside talking about me.
They got your face on the video screen.
Kim and their brothers.
Oh my God. That's going to happen.
You know, you see it happen.
It's a machine. It's a computer. It's going to have some issues.
30 seconds. RoboCop will be here. He will shoot you, ma'am. Shoot me! Yes, ma'am. Give the stuff back, ma'am. 30 seconds. It's a malfunction. 30 seconds. 29, 28, 20.
And it'd be like those missiles when you try to leave, it'll follow you.
26.
Oh my God.
You try to run in your car. No running, ma'am.
Still coming to the car. It's like
disabled car cannot move. The car can't move. Yeah. What's going on? 15, 14.
And another AI machine has destroyed a family. Yep, that's gonna happen.
All right.
Go ahead.
Emerald says AI doesn't even get up, Lenora. Walk around.
Go ahead.
AI doesn't even sound robotic anymore. You will actually, yeah, you're right. That you are talking to a real person. You're absolutely right.
That's true.
I'm making it sound like a robot. It won't even sound like a robot.
It'll talk like us.
And depending on, and it'll malfunction. Like it's supposed to be in like Chicago, and it'll malfunction and have like a California. Hey, dude, you're behind. Excuse me, you're supposed to be in Midwest. Oh my God, we're having a malfunction, dude. Yeah. And it's like
so would it fit the language of that?
It's to fix the language that you in.
Okay. Country.
It'll probably be Spanish in every single state.
Yeah. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am, do you speak English? Espanol? I speak English.
And then it goes to English mode.
No, I speak English. They will be able to close the doors when you try to steal. They sure will. No, go walk around.
I did. It happens when I sit.
Just go walk around. Cause you got too much going on.
I was laughing too hard at your AI. And they ain't the bad thing about it is you was acting like a computer and Emerald and them said it won't sound like one.
Yeah, you're right.
So I got a cramp in my side just because of that. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're right. Fani. The Fani Willis from Atlanta.
Uh-huh.
You know, they got her pleading not guilty with having an affair with, you heard this, Mom?
Yeah, I don't think she's guilty of that.
My mother said, I don't think she's guilty of that. My thing is her having an affair with a gangster. Or with the prosecutor. Not a gangster too, Mom. But the prosecutor on the case. Attorney says she has witnesses ready to take the stand over prosecutor's alleged relationship. There's new information on court motion at Georgia election interference case alleging Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, and the special prosecutor overseeing the case has been engaged in an improper personal relationship. The defense, who made those explosive allegations, told the news that she has eyewitnesses. The spokesman for the DA's office said the prosecution has won every major motion and every appeal in election interference case so far. Then came this motion. So they thinking they just bringing it up because they losing. Now people want to know from the lawyer making the allegations, what do you have to back this up? I would have never filed something like this if I didn't have multiple sources to corroborate. That's what the attorney said. She filed on behalf of her client, Michael Roman, alleging an improper relationship between Willis and the special prosecutor, Nathan Wade, possibly tainting the case. Merchant told Winnie that she has documentary evidence. We look forward to litigating this motion in court where we can bring forward all of our evidence, she said. She told Winnie that she expects to put up with eyewitness testimony about the alleged relationship between Willis and Wade. Fulton County District Attorney Office spokesman Jeff DeSantis, his name is DeSantis, said the office will respond to the allegations in the court filings in court. We look forward to addressing the matter. What does this have to do with election interference?
They trying to get something on her because they trying to move the shiny object, like you said. They're trying to get her off and get a problem with her to get her out. They don't want her on this case. She's such a very strong, what do you call that?
What?
She's good with what she does. Oh, I hope I don't cramp again, but.
Drink some water.
I've been drinking.
The bottom line is, let's just say for the sake of argument that they are having an affair. What does that have to do with the election interference? You could get them off the case, right? Is that what it's for? You want to get them off the case. She could just bring in another prosecutor.
They're doing to her what they feel is being done to Trump.
Oh, throwing everything in but the kitchen sink?
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to do that. That's why he says it's a witch hunt. Why y'all coming at me because I did this and y'all think that I started the January?
Look, I don't know. Like Mama said, she don't think so. I don't know, Ma. I don't know Fani Willis that way. I know that in the Young Thug trial, because she going after Young Thug and all of them.
Right.
They've been saying that she filed. So they said she dated people on the street and stuff, and that's how she got information on them. But the bottom line is
private investigator.
Right. But the bottom line is that has nothing to do with the fact if the person is guilty or not. And that has nothing to do with the fact that they had interference and that they interfered with what's going on. Mm-hmm. It has nothing to do with it.
Right. But they're trying to find anything they can to take her out. They want her down. They don't want her in this.
Okay, so get rid of her and bring another prosecutor in.
They can't get rid of her because they have no rules to do. They can't go against.
No, I'm saying if they find out it's true, get her out of there, get Wade out of there, and bring in another prosecutor. You still gonna get prosecuted for election interference.
Exactly. You would think the next one would probably be better than her.
The next one is gonna be, they're gonna be even more killer. You might want to stay with her. Sometimes they try to get rid of somebody and they make it worse for themselves. Yeah. That's how I feel. So we'll go. They investigating right now. They trying to see if it's true, and they want to see if they want to get remove them Wade, the guy that's on there, and Fani out of the thing. So we'll see.
Okay.
So that's that one. We'll follow that and see what happens there. Now you didn't know who Young Gotti was.
I don't know these guys. I heard the name.
Okay.
I don't know them.
Yo Gotti's brother, Big Juke, killed in shooting outside a Memphis restaurant. Police confirmed. Mm-hmm. Now, Young Gotti, what's the best way to say this? You don't know who Young Gotti is. So he's a rapper. You don't know who Young Dolph is. He's a rapper. You know who Glorilla is. The girl. The lady. You know who she is.
They're all together?
Well, Young Gotti has, he's a record executive. And he has all of these artists under him. He's a rapper himself. He's from Memphis, okay? Mm-hmm. And he started off as just a rapper, rapping and coming up the way of rapping. Mm-hmm. And he kind of, his mentor is like Jay-Z. So he kind of looks at Jay-Z as a mentor. Okay. Like, I want to start off rapping, and then I want to start branching off into other things and making money, become a billionaire. Okay. Yeah. Now, he's dating Angela Russell.
Run, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The one that's an
Reverend
actor?
Run, yeah.
The one that's an actress?
Is she an actress? No, I think
one of them acts and one of them...
I don't think Angela acts. I think you think of the other one. The older one?
Yeah.
No, this the younger one.
Oh, he's with the younger one.
He's with the younger one. The one that was doing it with Bow Wow and all of that? Yeah, on that reality show. Okay, so Young Gotti he's a street dude. He's a street dude. He came up from the streets.
Yeah, bad boy.
Well, yeah, bad boy, trying to turn good. And he's had a beef with Young Dolph, the one who was, I don't know if you remember a rapper in Memphis that was gunned down. They came up to him and gunned him down. He was famous. Mm-hmm. They all from Memphis. Mm-hmm. And Young Gotti and Young Dolph at one time were friends. And Gotti wanted to sign Dolph under his record label. Mm-hmm. And Dolph said no. He wanted to do it on his own. He didn't want to be signed under a rapper, which makes sense because a lot of times if you sign under a rapper, they put their career above everybody else because they still rapping. And at that time, Gotti was still rapping. Okay. So Dolph was like, I do it myself. I'm good. And he did. He started doing, becoming his own, famous on his own. Okay. So then apparently there was a beef between them because Dolph felt like Gotti was mad that he was making it and even without him. So they started beefing with each other, throwing little subliminal messages and songs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Well, you already know how this going to end. You know the same thing with Tupac and Biggie. Mm-hmm. As soon as you start, the people on the outside start, the fans and the guys in the street.
The fans make it worse.
They make it worse. They take it off of the record and bring it into real life. Right. So then in real life, the two sides start beefing against each other. The people that was rolling with Dolph and the people that was rolling with Young Gotti, okay? So I'm not going to go through a whole giant story because it's a whole line, a whole history of this. Mm-hmm. Just back and forth, back and forth. Well, his brother, the big guy that you see standing there, that's Gotti's brother. He was dissing Dolph on Instagram and Twitter and all of that, saying that, almost saying stuff like he deserved to die or stuff like that. And his fans didn't like that. They don't like that. And the dudes in the street. A lot of these guys have money, but they haven't left the street.
Because I was getting ready to ask you, not all of them, because I don't want to do a whole general statement on rap artists like a lot of them that are out here, but are the ones that have been in the hood, in the streets, where they're gang affiliated, whether they're in it, whether they know people.
A lot of them still are.
I'm thinking, think about this. If you were to go out now to the gangs in your area and offer them a record deal,
they'll take it.
They'll take it, but they'll still be gang bangers.
They'll still have that same mentality.
So if you say something in your songs, your lyrics, or while you on TV on the Jimmy Kimmel show, and they'll go, "Hey, dude, the opposite gang. Hey, man, what he say about us?"
Right.
It's almost like the gang activity is still going on, even though they're all in the music.
And the problem that they have is the same thing that Young Thug has. Is now you have more money and more opportunity. Yeah. So if you don't think the feds are not watching you, you're a fool. Yeah. They don't want, number one, they don't like you anyway. And now you got more money and you got more opportunity. Mm-hmm. So I think Jay-Z, because I still think Jay-Z connected. But he kind of probably told Gotti, you can't move the same way. Yeah. You can't be on there tit for tat and talking and all this. Right. And Gotti even said in an interview, I don't move like that. I'm not moving like Dolph. Because Gotti was more famous and rich than Dolph. So he's like, dude, I'm not moving like that. The way you moving, all dissing me on shows. And when I move, it ain't going to be like that. Trust me. And I feel like that's because remember when Kanye went off and said Jay-Z got shooters. Kanye crazy, but he not that crazy. Okay. He like Jay-Z, don't get rid of me.
Get it twisted.
Because I'm talking about you. Don't get rid of me. I know Jay-Z got shooters. Kanye know Jay-Z. But Jay-Z don't move the way you think he moved no more. He don't move like a street dude no more. He moved like Diddy. Somebody that got some money. So the same way Diddy was moving. But it all comes...
It comes back to you.
It comes back. So
you can move that way.
It was making it seem like Gotti wasn't beefing with Dolph. Dolph kind of beefing with Gotti. But behind the scenes, they were saying that Dolph's brother, this is allegedly, hired the hit on Dolph. They paid somebody to take out Dolph. Wow. And Dolph died. And so now he's on Instagram talking about how, dissing him. And the dudes in the hood don't like all of that.
Right. He's telling on himself.
So Gotti's uncle passed away.
Yeah.
And they went to his funeral in Memphis. Because, they come back to go to these funerals. They don't live there. So they came back to go to his uncle's funeral. His mom was there. Gotti's mom, Angela Simmons. I said Russell. Simmons. Angela Simmons, Russell's daughter.
You mean Run's?
Run's daughter.
Run's daughter.
And his brother, the big guy right there.
Right.
So they go up, they pay their respect. Gotti has to leave with Angela to catch a plane. So he's not able to go to the repast. His brother and his mom get in the car to go to the repast. That's when the guys come out and shoot. His mom, Gotti's mom, had to jump out of the car and run. They would shoot. They didn't care that she was in the car. So the big question is, what is Gotti going to do? Now, all the rappers are coming out saying, please don't retaliate. Because when Dolph passed away or got hit on him, it was like 20 or 30 guys in the street died that same weekend from retaliation.
See.
The guy who shot Dolph, somebody shot his and killed his daughter and other people. So they saying, please don't make this a bloodbath in Memphis because of what happened to Gotti's brother, and his mom had to get out the car and run. So I don't know. Is Gotti still attached to that life, or is he going to move past it?
Here's the thing, too. You have to be careful when you say you're not attached, because you have to, I don't know how you can even, you got to break that stronghold, and that's a stronghold. Whether you even physically be with them anymore, you are associated with them. You're still tied in there. I don't know how he's going to get out of this one, and if he won't retaliate. I tell you one thing, if his mom was injured, he will retaliate. If my mom has to jump out the car because of some, and like our old pastor would say, money magnifies you. You are what you are. With money, you're worse. They're all gangbangers.
And Gotti has the money to not even get his hands dirty, but he can make things happen.
He can make you go away with nobody knowing it. I don't know, Kim. I just get nervous when I hear
so
these
that's
stories,
why they praying.
Because I think about Tupac and I think about Biggie. Oh,
so that's why the rappers and everybody in the hip hop industry is saying, "Please pray,
lay low,"
because they see that there might be another bloodbath on both sides, where a lot of young guys and young girls might lose their lives over this. So we praying, and that's the other thing, Angela.
She in the middle.
I know your dad. Now you know Reverend Ron. My daughter was at a funeral, and had she stayed, she would have been in that car going to the repast. My daughter, that's the same thing I told you with Chloe.
Yeah.
When she was with Gunna.
Yeah.
Gunna was talking to Kodak outside. He said, all right, man, I'll see you later. He opened the car door, and Chloe was in the car. Gunna did. Yeah. And he got in the car. As soon as he closed the door, a gunman came up and shot Kodak. A few seconds.
Do you think...
So you don't think Chloe's people was like,
No, you better detect. But do you think, going back to her sister, do you think that DDG is connected?
No, DDG not.
Not connected at all? Okay. That's probably what's scaring people.
He's a YouTuber.
Oh, they are like anybody connected with.
This
reminds me of mafia. Don't this remind you of the mafia?
Yes. The problem
the
that
families against each other.
The problem DDG has is he's friends with Blueface.
Yes.
And Blueface is connected.
Yes.
That's the problem DDG has.
That's what I'm saying.
But he hasn't been hanging with him. But they did all go out bowling. Mm-hmm. Him and Krishan and DDG and Hal.
Yes.
And if somebody would have been after Blueface, Little Mermaid would have got in the middle of it.
Yes. And God forbid if she had the baby at the time was carrying the baby.
So all of this stuff, and y'all got too much money.
But that don't mean anything.
I know.
Money just magnifies who you are. If you are still part of the gangsterhood, rivalries, and then it may be worse because you're going and blinging it. Hey, I could cover all of y'all. We got the drinks tonight. Hey.
Yeah.
But help them.
So that'll be what we'll pray over. We'll pray for that whole situation.
But it reminds me of the mafia.
The mafia.
It's really no difference.
So that's what we'll be.
Russian mafia, Italian mafia, all of these mobs that's going after each other, and you got my family, I got yours. Yep. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh.
But that's his brother, this big guy right here.
Jesus.
He got taken down. All right, here we go.
You know what?
Chicago
I don't want to laugh and get a cramp again.
Chicago Bull fans boo Jerry Krause's widow as she accepts the honor in his place.
I was so embarrassed for Chicago fans. I had to put my head down. I said, have we resulted to this evilness with people? That's just mean how they treated this. And the man dead.
Chicago, I can't stand Jerry Krause.
I don't care. He is gone.
But they didn't have to boo his wife.
I felt bad for her.
I agree.
Go ahead.
Chicago, just like we don't like the Packers, which I don't even want to talk about that game.
They won yesterday.
Chicago Bulls fans booed former general manager Jerry Krause on Friday night during a halftime ceremony to honor the organization's greats, moving his widow to tears and drawing criticism from former players. That's her crying right there. Krause was one of 13 members of the inaugural class of the Bulls Ring of Honor and was being recognized as the architect of their 6 championship teams. Having died in 2017, Krause was represented by his widow, Thelma, who was visibly upset by a torrent of booing from the fans in the United Center and remained seated rather than acknowledge the crowd. You said you got a thing of this. Let's see.
Time. The only time they could really put their hat on, because ownership is quite frankly a joke, and this is another example of the Reinsdorfs not being able to read the room, obviously having their head in the sand, not knowing what's going on with their 2 biggest icons and their families going at it. For Bulls fans, the arrogance, the entitlement to boo Jerry Krause on a night of celebration, and the deserved embarrassment watching that widow cry as Chicago showed our asses. But the moment the fans in the United Center are booing and they're showing a montage of Jerry Krause, what does it then fade to on the next scene? His widowed wife crying, shaking people off because an arena filled of 17,000 jackasses are booing a dead man. Mind you, a man most of them have never met. Most of them don't remember that Bulls team because that Jerry Reinsdorf-led Bulls team hasn't won crap since Jerry Krause was the general manager of the Chicago Bulls. This was a celebration of an organization's only high time. The only time.
Let me tell you something.
And they said the Bulls had the karma. They reaped it.
They lost.
Because they lost that night.
Let me tell you something. And let me get this guy straight. We won those championships because of Michael Jordan and the team. It was in spite of Jerry Krause.
Yeah, in spite of.
Jerry Krause kept trying to break the team up every year.
Because he bumped heads with Michael Jordan.
Every year, he kept trying to break that team up.
And why would you do that?
Phil Collins. Phil, what's his name?
What is Phil's last name?
Phil Jackson. Phil whatever. Jackson. And Michael Jordan. Okay. And they kept us from winning every year. Not Jerry Krause. So there's a reason why Chicago can't stand Jerry Krause. So for this guy who's not even from Chicago to speak on our behalf, you can't speak on our behalf. Now, that doesn't give them the right to boo her.
But he is right on one part of it where a lot of them booing, they don't know Jerry Krause. They wasn't around when
I was around.
We were, but
yes.
And then again, it could be knuckleheads at all the ages booing. But I just felt like if Jerry Krause was there,
boo him.
Not
his wife.
But he's dead. He's gone. Y'all should have seen the news when they showed this, because Michael Jordan did a little video because he couldn't be there. Scottie Pippen wasn't there. Dennis Rodman wasn't there. Yeah. And those three men needed to be there.
Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson. They gave him a standing ovation. That's my favorite coach for NBA. Him and Patrick Riley. But when they booed, she was like, you guys, that woman was devastated. Why would you boo? And the wife is represented. She had nothing to do with her husband's crappy management.
I agree.
Oh, I didn't like Chicago that night. That was just mean. Go ahead.
I agree. So there you go. I think it was mean. They went they went after that old lady.
Poor thing.
Jerry Krause's wife. But you know what? I kind of blame the people who put it on. They already know how Chicago feels about Jerry Krause. So why they didn't think that they was gonna boo her?
I don't know. They probably should have gotten her ready for it.
They should have got her ready for it. They should have said,
"Your husband wasn't like
and we believe he single-handedly broke up a dynasty."
And if she'd been prepared,
maybe
she probably would have had the mic and say, "I know you guys was not in favor of
boo! They wouldn't have listened to nothing she had to say.
But he's gone now.
Boo!
And the team is doing well. So
no, they not.
They won the last. They're winning off and on. They're not a bad team, Kim.
Oh, really?
Oh no, they're not like winning every game. I was happy when they beat LeBron and them. Oh. There's one dude on there. Kobe with the big hair. He and another player on there are awesome. So no, they're not like totally bad. No.
Okay.
But they probably should have warned her. Your husband's not liked. He's a villain because he really bumped heads with Michael and all of them.
Yeah.
So, but go ahead.
All right. So I don't have time to do these other stories. We'll do them tomorrow.
Okay.
One is, there were 6 homeless sisters who all became nurses together.
They're actual sisters?
Yeah, in real life.
That's beautiful.
And they all became nurses at the same time.
For all of them to want to be a nurse.
And they were homeless. From a homeless family.
So the family was homeless.
Yeah. Then there was another story about a young girl, 6, who was shot at home days after her teenage brother was shot. They all was shot, and the mom was in the middle of preparing for the funeral for the 14-year-old boy, and then her 6-year-old daughter got shot. Gun violence. The girl went into her brother's room. He had a loaded gun.
Oh. And he didn't have it locked away.
He had passed away. He was gone. That's why he was the one that was killed. And then the mom was preparing for his funeral. Mm-hmm. And then now her 6-year-old daughter is
lost
gone.
2 kids.
2 kids in the same week.
A lot of mothers come forth and have lost kids to gun violence.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
And then Lincoln University's vice president of student affairs commits the S word.
What happened?
She offs herself.
What was she going through to take her life?
So we'll talk about all that tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Ain't that something?
When it comes to that, you don't want to go that way.
What did y'all say in here? Emerald said gangsters need love too. Probably talking about Young Gotti. Yeah. And Justice Frost said, hey everybody, I will have to watch the replay. Oh, hey Justice.
Hey Justice.
All right, y'all, because I'm trying to keep it to like an hour or so. And we started late.
Yeah.
So that's it. You want to close us out in prayer, Lenore?
Yeah.
And then we praying for the people that we
I may have to ask you again who their names are.
Go ahead.
Father God, we give you glory and honor, oh God. We thank you, oh God, for another opportunity, oh God, to speak the news and give everybody updates on what's going on and just kind of give our opinions on things and let everybody know situations that definitely need prayer. People that are listening in and chiming in on our show that they pray for. those very people that we do talk about, good and bad, oh God. And because we want your word to be spread throughout this world, because you died for the world. So the world needs to know you. They need to receive you, and they need your love, oh God, to help us love each other. Because that's what MLK was all about. He wanted justice for all of us. He wanted all of us to have the same playing field. He wanted us to not judge each other by our color, but by our character. And we keep looking at color and race all the time, Father. I just pray that the needle continues to move for what you have raised MLK up to do, and that meaningful, the purpose is still there, and that we're still honoring that and continuing to be a part of it in any way we can, oh God. I pray for the Gotti and the family. I pray for, oh my God, I just come against violence and any anger and revenge, the spirit of revenge. I pray over that family. I pray if this gentleman is truly disconnecting himself from the gangs, that he really pushes himself away and that they don't bother him. I pray, oh God, that a spirit of adoption over him and his family, that they come to you, that they honor you and allow you as Lord and protector of their lives, oh God, because that's really the way to get away from it all, is to have you as their Savior and their Lord in their lives, oh God, because you will protect them. And I just continue to pray over the Vivek situation. My sister, she has this little new name for him, but I pray a spirit of adoption over him. I don't know where his faith is. I pray over Trump, a spirit of adoption over him. All the leaders, all of those that are running for president, all of our politicians, the White House, everybody in that White House needs Jesus. I'm sorry. From head to the maintenance man, to the gardener, everyone needs Christ in their life, oh God, and that we will put you first and not man. Hallelujah. Because you're a jealous God. You don't want no other gods before you. That's right. And that's including man in our politics and anything, oh God. Ministers, anybody, oh God. Who else did we speak about tonight?
Jerry Krause.
Jerry Krause.
His wife.
His wife. I know the legacy was left, oh God, that he didn't do very well. People didn't like him. But I pray, oh God, peace over her right now,
Fani
Lord, and that you comfort her. And the situation with Fani, really? Is this about revenge? Is this about trying to take her out? We pray that the truth will be revealed, oh God, regardless, because we're not going to put anyone on pedestals, oh God, because man can make mistakes and really have to be transparent about it. But we pray over that situation, that whether she's in it or not, that justice will be done in the situation that is needed, oh God. And who else did we talk about? That was it. When we just pray a spirit of adoption over those that we spoke about that don't know you. And we pray for those that listen to us in our chat room, oh God, covering over their families, oh God. Christopher and them dealing with the bad weather. We have the bad weather up here, but a lot of us are used to it. But I pray for his area, and I pray over Emerald and Justice for All and all of those who Wendy, everybody who's listening to under the sound of my voice, oh God, that you will protect their families and give them the desires of their heart as they delight themselves in you, oh God. And I give you glory and honor in Jesus' name. Amen.
All right. Don't forget to get our book, 100 Family-Friendly Jokes. The link is in the description, and the book is on Amazon.
Yes.
If you'd like to bless us, Cash App, $ The Woods Report. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Always believe. And that was another Woods Report. See you later. See you later, TikTok.